Hi, my name is Costin. I'm a PE teacher and a football coach, and today we're going to be looking at some basic football drills that kids can look at and practice on their own in their own time. The first one we're going to be doing is some basic control and passing, and we're just going to be looking at what part of the foot to use and our technique on our control and our passing. Okay, so we're going to be looking at short 5-yard passing using the instep to control the ball and pass. And to start with, we're just going to be looking at 2 touches. So 1 control, 1 pass. And let's just get the ball moving and slowly and accurately. So it's 1 touch and pass. And hopefully you should be able to be relatively accurate. It doesn't have to be moving particularly fast. It's more about just getting your body warmed up. You've done your physical warm-up, so you've done a little bit of running, and this is your skills warm-up. You're getting your eye in effectively. Try and use both feet. In an ideal world, you want your first touch to be slightly in front of you so that you can run onto the pass. You only want half a yard. Okay, so the progression from this is moving on to 1 touch, which obviously makes it harder. We're going to start off slow and try and do it, and try and do just our strongest foot or our necessary foot most of the time. And here it's important that you get over the ball so that the ball's not bobbling too much for your partner. You want to keep it on the floor, otherwise it makes it very hard for them to be dealing with a bobbling ball. The next progression is we're going to start working to get closer to each other to put a bit more pressure on our touch basically and make the speed a bit quicker. So every 5 successful passes we're both going to move in 1 step closer to the other person. So it should look something like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in we come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in we come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking at longer passing. We're looking at things like the left back to the right winger. We've set up here as from the left back to the right winger. And the first way of passing we're going to look at is over the floor. So there's no one in the way, field's clear, and we're looking to get it from A to B along the floor. The first technique we'll look at is the side foot. So there'll be a little bit of curl on it. For a right foot it'll go that way, for a left foot it'll go that way. And we're just trying to get it within the boxes that we've got marked out. So I've got a blue box, Neil's got a white box, and we're going to try and do 2 or 3 minutes of getting the ball from A to B without us having to move too much, with a little bit of curl on the side foot pass. Okay, so again it's a strike with the instep. It should be like this. Okay, so there's a slight curl on that, and Neil hasn't had to move too much. If you can alternate it, that's pretty good practice. So I went left foot last time, right foot this time. And you know to gauge your own success on how much your partner has had to move. If he's running to the edge of the box, then you could do better. If he's taking a step or 2, then that's pretty much perfect. Stuart Pearce used to hit these, they're called daisy cutters. So we're looking at hitting the ball straight, if anything with a little bit of movement from left to right as a right footer, and the other way for a left footer, but they should be going dead straight along the floor. Hitting it along the floor with our laces. So the main difference is you're looking to strike this with your laces rather than your instep. Okay, so we're looking at long-range aerial passing now, and the 2 main ways of doing this are the big curled one, a la David Beckham, and then the laces pass. We're going to try and alternate the 2, so we're going to hit 1 curled one, and we're going to hit 1 with the laces, and our partner will do the same back to us. We're trying to hit them on the chest. So we're trying to get it from A to B in the air without it touching the floor in between. If it does, it's not a problem, but that's just your target. Okay, so this one's a big curler. So now we're going to look to rotate between 3 types of passing. We're looking at the curler onto his chest, the slice onto his chest, and then we're going to look for the outside of the foot one. So we're going to try 3 types of movement: the curl from right to left, the straight one, and the curl from left to right, all using the same foot. You can obviously alternate feet as well, but then you're trying to do 6 different types of pass. Okay, this is the slice. And this time we'll go outside the right foot. So we're going from left to right this time. I'm going to show just from the back angle now, we're going to show the 3 different types of movement that you can put on a long range pass. So the inside of the right foot, moving from right to left, the slice with the laces, which should go dead straight, and then the outside of the right foot, which should move from left to right. Okay, here we go. So the slice this time. So there's a little bit of movement from right to left there, but still pretty happy with it. And then we're looking at the outside of the right foot, curling from left to right. Okay, so key teaching points for passing are striking the ball with your instep, so the inside of your foot, this part. The follow through, you want to follow through the line of the ball, the line that the pass is going to, and the measurement is accuracy. If you can make it accurate every time, then you're doing your job. Okay, so I think the key to all the exercises we've looked at today are that they are things that you can practice in your own time, and either with a friend or some of them on your own. You don't need an AstroTurf like this, you don't need goals. You can use a park, you can use your garden, you can dribble around trees and shoot between 2 trees. And I think that's the key to learning any sport, is to be able to do it in your own time. So hopefully this gives people a few ideas of what they can go away and practice.